do anything. It's crazy. The versatility of judo is amazing, and it's better than jiu-jitsu in this case because you're standing up, and it's better to finish a fight if you're standing versus on the ground. Judo is an extremely versatile martial art. You can do a lot of cool throws, techniques, etc. from various situations, and actually take the person to the ground because the fight doesn't end after you throw them. For example, the first thing that comes to mind in a self-defense scenario is if somebody does like one of those crappy swing punches and comes around like that and tries to smack you in the face or something. If you're really good at judo and improvising from certain situations, when they come with a swing, you just grab that and then you could turn that into a taiotoshi. You could turn that into some kind of forward throw, an ogoshi, grabbing the hip, ippon seonage. You can do a lot of stuff. That's why I really like judo for self-defense, because it's extremely versatile out of all the martial arts. But we're not here to talk about and bash other martial arts. We're here to talk about the power of self-defense judo. So stay tuned, my brothers. Now, all my content, guys, is directed towards Christian conservative men that are self-improvement minded. So if that is you, I highly recommend hitting the subscribe button. First point I want to talk about is, in fact, the versatility of it. As I was mentioning in the beginning, when somebody comes for a swing, you can really do a lot of damage and improvise from the spot. You can actually finish a fight sooner than later because the whole point of self-defense is to get out alive and unharmed, hopefully. So there's no point in being fancy unless you're fighting somebody one-on-one. But then again, and like you know that they don't have any backup coming, but if this is a person you have no idea about and you literally met them on the street, you don't know if they're armed, you don't know if they got other people, you don't know if you're in the wrong hood, so it's best to get out of there quickly. If they come for a swing punch, grab that arm and just do something fast, whether that's a forward throw or you're going for an ochigari or something. Just get him on the ground and submit him. If you can throw him on his head and knock him out, perfect. But if you throw him with a standard throw and he's still moving, don't let go of that arm, go right for an arm bar until he taps out. Or if you want to just bust his arm, you could. I'm not condoning that, but it depends what country you're in. But you can just break somebody's arm and leave if you think this person is dangerous. If he had, because you don't know if he has a gun, he might pull it out with that same arm that you should have broken. Okay, I feel like I'm being a violent Joe here. You know what I mean. Only use violence when you have to. As martial artists, we know unless we're backed into a corner with no escape and our life is in jeopardy, yes, we gotta resort to violence. That's what all martial artists go. What I'm not condoning is that you go around bullying people. There's a saying that says, or actually I made up the saying, when you have the power, your character is judged whether you decide to exercise that power justly. So in the case of bullying, that wouldn't be just, but in the case of self-defense, it would be just. So I just love the versatility of it. You can, not only from the swing punch, you can do anything. If somebody tries to bear hug you, you can get out of that and go for like a tani otoshi or an uranage or like a back suplex. Do anything. It's crazy. The versatility of judo is amazing, and it's better than jiu-jitsu in this case because you're standing up, and it's better to finish a fight if you're standing versus on the ground. And judo just more versatile in standing fighting versus jiu-jitsu. But obviously for self-defense, you don't want to get into grappling super quickly. I saw one of the comments in one of my videos about self-defense judo. Self-control. Now this is crucial for getting out alive and unharmed. You got to know when to stop. For example, say you throw the guy and you break his arm with an arm bar. That's enough. Get out of there. Because you don't know what else could happen. If we reverse a little bit, I probably wouldn't even break his arm. This is what I would do. I would throw him, depending how crazy that guy is. Throw him, put him in an arm bar, get him to tap, and just ask him, have you had enough? Are you gonna keep going? How do I know you're being honest? And just keep going until he budges, basically. Because now he has that respect for you, because now he knows you're gonna whip his ass if he tries anything again. Because now he understands you're capable of violence. Not only do you look like you can, hopefully you guys work out and you have the gains to back it up visually, but now with your actions, they respect you because you literally threw them and put them in an armbar. So self-control. Judo teaches us self-control. Judo is all about respect. Judo literally translates from Japanese to English as the gentle way. It's all in the name itself. Point number 3 is you can actually do forbidden judo techniques on a street fight because everything goes. Now these throws include kanetsu waza, atemi waza, kawazugake, daki age, dojime, kubi nage, neck cranks, and spinal locks. certain leg entanglements and reaping techniques that are illegal in competition scenarios in judo. Grabbing the opponent's legs, like in wrestling. Now these are all various throws and locks that are forbidden in competition scenarios and randori, depending what club you train in, because if you're in a club, a lot of the rules are subjective. But if it's a street fight, anything goes. So that's why I think it's important to also learn self-defense judo. Most clubs don't teach self-defense judo, forbidden techniques. But if you're at home and you have a brother or something and you guys both train judo, you can practice your forbidden techniques in preparation for street scenarios. And my other point about what makes judo a powerful self-defense weapon is you learn falling safety. This is one of the few martial arts that teach you safety. We practice the technique called ukemis, break falling with your hand. You also practice safety shoulder rolls, which are called zempo kaitens, which teach you how to, if you get thrown or something, if you throw somebody with enough momentum, you know how to roll out of it safely and unharmed. But mostly it's just the ukemis, slapping the ground to break fall and not hurt your back, hurt your joints, your hips, and you're in good shape. And we practice this on soft mats, but I've tried this myself on solid ground. Slapping the mat is really interesting because the harder you slap the ground, the less impact you'll feel in your back when you hit the ground. Because what happens is when you break fall and you slap the ground, you disperse the impact to the extremities instead of concentrated on one area that you fall on. For example, if you were to fall without break falling on your butt, all the impact will concentrate on your tailbone and fracture your tailbone. It'd be horrible. But when you break fall, it unconcentrates the impact from the tailbone to your hands, depending if you use one hand or the other. But it's great. Judo's gonna teach you some falling safety, and if you get into a self-defense scenario out in the street, now that you know the falling safety, you're way less likely to get injured badly, which is a win-win. You look cool in front of the people that you defended yourself in front of, and you'll come out unharmed. Now, I'm not condoning, once again, any violence for anybody. It's just strictly self-defense. If your life is in jeopardy, that's the one and only time you should use judo on a person, unless it's in training. And if you want help on achieving your physique because you can't follow your diet and you don't know what to do workout-wise, apply to my one-on-one coaching in the pinned comments down below. And I'll see you in this video, which is about judo. See you guys there.